Definitely very like surfer beachy vibes.
That's good, dude. I love that. Just give me 1 second here. What part of Florida are you visiting again?
New Smyrna.
That's dope. How long are you staying for? Are you going for the holidays, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'll be here for a week.
That's exciting, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we're going to get started here in just a second. So I'm going to be simultaneously recording this into our podcast. So I have the microphone over here. It's just on the side to make sure that it's recording you clearly. And then I'll just give a countdown. We'll hit the recording and then I'll give you a quick intro and we'll have some fun with it. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Are you in the car? Is the connection good there?
Yeah, I have like all bars right now.
You're all good? All right, cool. All right, let's get right into this episode in, let me just call it that. Perfect. I'm like sporadic today. 3, 2, and 1. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your favorite coach, Coach Sal. Let's get it. Today, I am joined by another one of my rockstar clients, Sarah Martino. Sarah, what is going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Best day of my entire life. So before we get into this, give us a little bit of a background. You know, who are you, where are you from, and what brought you inside to the program?
So my name is Sarah. I'm 23. I'm originally from Orlando, Florida, and then I moved out to Arizona for college. And now I'm a teacher in Arizona.
Yeah.
I teach kindergarten and first grade special education. Super fun. I was an athlete in high school, and then in college, I guess still an athlete. I just danced, but I played soccer like all my life, and I danced all my life, and I had this like routine, and like then once I got out of college, I kind of like didn't know what to do because I didn't have like my dance classes. I didn't have like conditioning or practice anymore. And so I knew that I like lost some muscle tone and I wanted to become strong again and I wanted to hit some aesthetic goals. And so I had a friend that actually, I had a friend that did like a couple reels with you and I saw her post about you and I was like, oh, like, let me just hit him up and
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I think what you do for your job is incredible. So I wanted to recognize that too. And I'm a former athlete as well, as you know. So it's like when you graduate and then you're just like kind of thrown into the real world and it's like, well, now what do I do? You know, and then like you go to talk about like an in-person trainer and it costs an arm and a leg and you're like, yo, I don't want to do that. So like, what do I do? Right. And I think that's what kind of drew you into what we do. Right. So
yeah, for sure. Especially because my schedule is so crazy. I didn't want an in-person person to like rely on me to be there at a specific time all the time, especially because like things come up with school all the time or you need a chaperone for something after school and I have to like quickly do something. So it was like really nice to be able to have you online supporting me. That way I can like fit in my workouts or be able to chat with you almost whenever that I am able to do so.
Yeah. Isn't that convenient that you're able to just like, yo, I'm going to send you a message and like get an answer? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you almost have someone in your pocket, right? Yeah. I'm curious though, Sarah, like were there any hesitations coming in? Cause I think there's like a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Like most people are like skeptical with like online training, right? So I'm curious for you if you had any thoughts about that, like prior to joining.
I don't think I was skeptical necessarily. I think I was more not skeptical of you or like what online training can do, but more skeptical of myself. I tried by myself many times. I had a friend who was a personal trainer that like I did some things with, and I thought I had gotten to this good routine and all the things, and then I always like would start and then stop. And committing to this, which I think was 6 months of this, and I think a little over halfway now.
Just about,
was like I was skeptical of myself. I'm like, well, I'm about to be paying this person such and such money.
Yeah.
I don't want to like wuss out and like give up. So it was really more of like, all right, Sarah, cut the BS. Like, we gotta like actually go in for it. I mean, I definitely have some weeks where I'm a little more lax on the program, but I would say I wasn't necessarily skeptical of you or like what online training and what personal training can do for someone. It was more like me, like, all right, I need to like put my doubt and laziness aside and like just get to it.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Like, you just like make the decision that you're going to put yourself first, and that's what we focus on, you know, inside of the team here. And that's amazing, you know, like, and I think there was one other thing that you said there, where like some weeks maybe you don't feel as inclined to do things, and like that's all right, you know, because when you think about the stuff that you're doing over and over again, like, you know, over time, that's what's going to carry you, right? So that's super cool. I appreciate you sharing that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was like, how do you feel recently? Like, what are you proud of? Like, let's talk about that here for a second, right?
I'm honestly feeling so good. I've always had like a weird relationship with working out, but
I think you cut out there for a second. If you could repeat that.
Did I cut out?
Yeah, just for a second, if you could repeat that. Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I've always had like a weird relationship with working out, especially like with weight training, because like I think for a lot of women, we all like in our minds think like weights are gonna make us like bulky and like not look cute or anything. Like that. Yeah. So like I've always had like this weird relationship with that, but seeing how like it's kind of like empowered me, I feel like. Yeah. Like especially like with all this like your training is like, because I wanted to build muscle, so obviously it is going to be focused on like lifting and like using weights and things. So it's been like really cool. I feel so much stronger. Yes. I texted, I think last month, I texted you like I was able to like open a jar and not have to call my brother over. So for anyone out there that doesn't know me, which is probably everyone, I live by myself. Yeah. I used to live with my ex-boyfriend, and so like I just had someone to do things like that, like open a jar for me if I couldn't do it, if I wasn't strong enough to do it, or lift this for me or do that for me. And luckily I have a little brother who's way taller and bigger than I am, who lives just down the road from me, so I was able to like ask him, but like I guess like a month and a half or like 2 months into the program, I was like starting to do that stuff on my own. Yeah. I have to like call him over, and I like felt so good about that. Yeah. So like that was like a small win, but just like also I've become more disciplined, which is super cool. And then I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I told Sal I've officially gained like 4 pounds, and it's in muscle. Let's go. Yes. I've always like have been wanting to gain weight, but also was like so scared of it for a long time, because again, especially for women, like gaining weight is like not a good thing. Yeah. But I'm like so proud of myself. Yes. Like, that, and like I can definitely tell, like I don't know, like it feels good. Like it's just like it's like a super cool, good feeling. Like I've always tried to do that and never been able to do it. And definitely with like through the workouts and then like looking at the meal plans and things like that have definitely helped with that. But like I'm feeling really good. I'm like really proud of like my mental discipline on like I don't really want to go to the gym today, but I know anyways. Or I'm on vacation. Like I never thought I'd be that girl to buy a gym pass while on vacation. Crazy. How did we get here? And I'm like so excited to like do that and make my little brother go with me. So cool. Yeah, no, I'm feeling super good. That's amazing. And I just want to take a second and say I'm proud of you, because like you came in with the goal and like we're making progress towards that, which I think is really amazing. And like now you're on vacation and you're going to the gym. It's like, how the fuck did we get here? You know what I mean? It's like super cool. And then the other thing that you said that stands out to me as well is, especially for women, right? Like ladies, lifting weights is not going to make you bulky. Like you said it yourself, right? Like you were trying for a while to gain the muscle and you couldn't do that. So why do you feel like you were having trouble? And then opposite, like how are you succeeding now? What's the difference there? Definitely the weights. Like I was always just like, oh, I can do yoga or the booty bands. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like band work. We talked about that this morning. Yeah. About that today. Yeah. But it doesn't like push you in the same way. Like that's all I did. I would do yoga. I would do abs with like a medicine ball. Yeah. Or like I wasn't actually doing these. And that's like another reason why I came to Sal. Like been going to the gym and working out like all my life through sports and things, but I didn't know what to do because of like, I think a lot of us all follow the trends that are on like TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah.
And I came to it, I was like, I want to know what's functional to get me to where I am, and I don't know what that is. And I think that's also the difference is like me like finally asking someone to help me in a way that I wasn't super knowledgeable. Like, but yeah, before I also definitely wasn't eating as much.
Big.
That was a huge thing. Like, I love to eat, but I hadn't realized that I wasn't eating enough of certain things. I was also like super into, I mean, I still love a good smoothie and a protein shake, but like, especially in college, that's like, I was like, oh, a protein shake, that's going to get me to where I'm going to go. And that's, I would have like breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
But definitely the food, and then like actually doing like these functional, exercises with the weights has been so good, and not like following like trends, because those only get you so far, and also they're not like you're just gonna pick one after the other and it's not gonna build. Like, I definitely noticed each like cycle of new programming that you put out, like it builds upon each other.
Yes,
and
dude.
it's like harder and harder, and I think that's super important too. That was definitely something I was not doing before either.
Yeah, you hit so many good points, man. I could go all day with this stuff, but like that's truthfully though, Sarah, like it makes me happy because like that's like why I do this, you know, because it's very easy to go on TikTok and Instagram and like see something and just like, oh, I should probably do that, you know, but without having like a clear understanding of why or where you're trying to go, like people just spin their wheels, you know. Same thing with the food and eating the right stuff. So it's all like really cool. As we wrap this up, so I want to be respectful to your time. You're on vacation. So thank you again for hopping on today. I appreciate it. But is there like,
of course,
is there anything specifically that you would want to say maybe to someone who's like on the fence or maybe struggling right now, like from, you know, you taking that leap and making some progress? What would be something you'd say to that person?
Honestly, just like go for it. I feel like it's like just do it. Like, it's the cheesiest and probably like most said thing, but we mentioned it, or you mentioned it in our chat earlier this morning. Like, you don't know what the day's gonna bring.
Yeah.
You don't know if today's the last day, which sounds so dramatic, but like you
No,
just
it's
gotta
true.
go for it, because again, like you can keep procrastinating and pushing things off, waiting for the perfect moment. Like, this is definitely not my perfect moment. Like, I'm a teacher that makes less than $60,000 a year and has student debt. Like,
but you're still here.
But I knew that I'm still here, and I knew that I needed to like just do this now, or it wasn't going to happen for a long time or ever. And I think that's especially like people like younger, like us, like we all feel like we have to wait until the perfect moment to get certain things done. No, like just freaking go for it. You're never going to be in the perfect place. Perfect doesn't exist. So just like go out and do it. And because like the worst thing that happens is you fail, and then you have to come back and like you'll make your comeback. Like, there's always times to start over. There's always that. And again, the worst thing, especially with this, the worst thing that happens is you have someone who will try to motivate you every day, even if you're not doing your workouts. Sal still is like checking in on you.
So we do.
And you have like a set of workout things that you can do if you ever choose to come back to it. So just go for it now. I feel like this is such a good time too, because you're going to get it started before like 2023 starts, and you'll just be like starting a whole new year like on the right now.
That's such a good point too, because like there's so many people who like put it off for like the right time, and it's like you said, like when is the right time? There's never going to be that like perfect moment. And it's so funny you say that, Sarah, because like for me, like when I was getting back into it a few years ago, I did the same thing. You know, like you just keep procrastinating and putting it off, and then nothing gets done. So it's just like you got to roll up your sleeves and get there. So I think that's super cool, and I appreciate you talking about that. So yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to share today?
Not really.
Now's your time, dude. Now's your time to shine.
Yeah, everyone. I don't know. I think everyone just take a moment to be grateful for today. That was like my big thing in 2022. I had a rough year of it, so like appreciating the small things. Like, I literally find little joys and gratefulness in your mundane things, like looking at the sky and
That's it.
like, look up for a little bit, see how pretty the clouds are.
That's it.
Take a look at your food you made for yourself and appreciate that. But that's like my one message all the time, is just like find little bits of gratitude and joy and like the most mundane things that'll make everything better. That has also helped my workout journey so much, and especially with this and becoming more disciplined, is like finding little things that make each workout like a little bit more happy and joyful.
I love that. And it's honestly something that I've been focused on too. So it's like, it's not a coincidence that like we're on the same page here. So really cool. Yeah, for sure. So Sarah, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
I hope you enjoy your vacation, and we'll see you inside the community. All right.
See you soon.
All right,
Bye.
you got it. Peace. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Sarah absolutely crushed it. She put on a clean 6 pounds of toned muscle in the last couple months working with us. So hope you guys have the best day of your entire lives. Peace, love, and protein. We'll see you in the next one. Let's freaking get it. All righty then. Yep.